Chosen one, you are not hearing this by accident. Heaven has interrupted the noise of this world to sound an alarm in your soul. A divine whisper is turning into a trumpet blast. You are stepping into danger, and the Most High is commanding you. Stop. Not in fear, but in holy obedience. Not to retreat, but to realign with His will before it's too late. There is a path that seems right to man, but its end is destruction. And right now, beneath your progress, beneath your ambition, beneath even your well-meaning plans, a trap is being set, invisible to the untrained eye, but not to the one anointed, not to the one chosen, not to you. You have sensed it. The tension behind the smile, the silence before the storm, the invisible tug on your chest, warning you not to move too quickly, not to trust too blindly. The Holy Spirit has been whispering, wait, watch, stop, but you've kept going, running faster, working harder, leaning into your own wisdom, while divine hands are raised, pleading for you to listen. And now, this message has reached you as your final warning. A line has been drawn. The wind has shifted, and God, in His mercy, is placing His hand upon your shoulder, commanding with fierce love. My child, do not take another step until you hear from me, because the danger ahead isn't just physical, it's spiritual. It's the kind that wears a friendly face, that dresses in opportunity, that sounds like success, but tastes like poison. This is a prophetic interruption, a moment where heaven pierces through the fog of distraction to remind you, you are marked, you are sealed, you are not like the rest. You are the chosen, and the chosen do not walk blindly. They walk with fire in their bones and discernment in their spirit. And right now, that fire is trying to wake you. You are standing at a divine intersection, and, though your eyes may not see it yet, your spirit already knows. Something is off. Something is about to shift, and God is saying, if you keep moving without me, you will walk into a storm I never sent. Hear His promise. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Psalm 32:8. But only if you stop long enough to listen. Only if you yield. Only if you surrender your momentum to receive His direction. This message isn't for the crowd. It's for the few. It's for the ones who can still be moved by the whisper of God. If your spirit is already stirring, if something inside you knows this word is for you, pause right now. Smash that like button to declare your stand against the encroaching shadows. Subscribe to Lock Arms with your fellow chosen ones, and comment 999 below. Let that sacred number ring out like a trumpet blast through the heavens, declaring, I have heard the command. I will stop. I will listen. Because the next step you take matters. Because what lies ahead could cost you more than you realize. Because the path of the chosen must be lit not by impulse, but by divine instruction. This is not the end. This is the beginning of divine clarity. So, stay with me, as heaven reveals why you had to be stopped to be saved. Chosen one, you are closer to the edge than you know. There is a path beneath your feet that once felt right, blessed even, but something has shifted in the spirit. What once looked like open doors may now be snares cleverly disguised. This is not to alarm you, but to awaken you. God sees what you cannot. While you've been focused on forward motion, the enemy has been setting traps in silence. Not loud, obvious ones, but quiet compromises, gentle distractions, subtle invitations that seem harmless, but lead to spiritual ruin. You've been walking across what looks like stable ground, but beneath the surface, the bridge is crumbling. What once supported you is now breaking under pressure. That relationship you've been ignoring red flags in, it's not leading to covenant, it's leading to collapse. That opportunity you prayed for that suddenly came with strings, it's not a blessing, it's a baited hook. That habit that once brought comfort, but now leaves you empty. It's a door the enemy is trying to force open. This is a perilous path because it's not obvious. The most dangerous roads are the ones paved with our own desires. The ones that feel right because they echo our own voice, not God's. You've told yourself, God opened this door, but have you asked if He still wants you to walk through it? Even good things become dangerous when God says, no more. Heaven is raising an alarm. Chosen one, stop. Not because He is angry with you, but because He's trying to rescue you. The devil doesn't tempt the ordinary. He tempts the anointed. You carry too much oil, too much promise, too much destiny for hell not to notice. And the moment you began to take steps not led by the Spirit, a target was placed on your back. But where the enemy schemes, God speaks, and He is speaking now. Jeremiah 6:16 says, stand at the crossroads and look. Ask for the ancient paths, ask where the good way is, and walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls. But hear this, before you walk in it, you must first stop. Stop to look. Stop to listen. Stop to ask. This is the divine halt that changes everything. There are storms gathering. Decisions that look small now will ripple into decades. You're not just choosing for today, you're shaping your legacy. Heaven is not silent about this. You've been receiving signs, divine nudges, restless sleep, that inner tightening in your spirit every time you try to move forward. That's not anxiety. That's discernment. God is not trying to take your momentum. He's trying to restore your direction. You've been moving, but not always toward Him. You've been building, but not always on the foundation He laid. And now, out of His mercy, He sends this message to catch you before the cliff. If this truth pierces your spirit, act now. Hit the like button to affirm your awakening. Subscribe to Walk the Narrow Path with others like you. And comment 999. Let it be the sound of your spirit halting at the crossroads, choosing vision over velocity, wisdom over impulse. Because this is your moment to pause, not in defeat, but in discernment. You are God's sentinel. The danger is real, but so is His voice. The path may be perilous, but you are not alone. Heaven is with you. And what looks like a pause may just be the moment that saves your life. There comes a time when even the strongest must stop running. Even the faithful must cease striving. Chosen one, this is that moment. The danger isn't just what lies ahead. It's what you risk becoming if you ignore His voice. God is commanding you to stop, not to punish you, but to protect what He planted in you. He knows the weight you carry. He sees the tears behind your strength, the fatigue behind your fight, and still, He says, halt. The divine command to stop is not weakness. It is warfare. It is heaven saying, this battle cannot be won by flesh. You've tried it your way. You've strategized, compromised, and rationalized. But now, you've reached a spiritual checkpoint, and the Father is placing His hand on your chest, not in anger, but in fierce, protective love. He is saying, enough. Think of Saul on the road to Damascus, a man full of zeal, moving fast, believing he was right, until the light of heaven knocked him to the ground. In that moment, God halted him to heal him, to shift his direction. Saul became Paul because he obeyed the stop. What felt like interruption was actually initiation. And chosen one, your stop is the beginning of your shift. You've been running on fumes, emotionally, spiritually, relationally. Some of you are entangled in people-pleasing, trying to carry what was never yours to hold. Others are trapped in toxic cycles, performing, proving, perfecting. But the Lord is calling you back to simplicity. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stopping is an act of surrender. It's trust in its purest form. It means you believe that God's silence is not absence, that His wait is not rejection, that when He says pause, He is preparing something your eyes haven't seen. But first, your hands must release what they're clenching. Many of you are afraid to stop because you fear what you'll lose. But what if you lose more by continuing? God's command is not to destroy, but to direct. He sees the fork in the road, the trap covered in gold, the handshake laced with deception. You don't need more clarity. You need more surrender. This is your permission to lay it all down, to stop the self-reliance, to silence the comparison, to walk away from the counterfeit. You've been trying to make it happen, but the door won't budge because it's not yours to force open. The right door swings wide with peace. Maybe you've forgotten how to be still, how to sit in silence without trying to solve everything. But God is not asking you to figure it out. He is asking you to trust. You may not have the answers, but you have the author. And He never writes failure into the story of the faithful. He leads you beside still waters because your soul is worth restoring. You are not being punished. You are being preserved. He is hiding you in plain sight because your next season requires purity, not popularity, stillness, not striving. If this word echoes in your bones, don't delay. Hit like to declare your obedience. Subscribe to join others who are also surrendering at heaven's command. And comment 999 to align your spirit with the army of the faithful. This moment of stillness will birth your greatest movement. Your pause is not your prison, it's your positioning. Chosen one, don't resist the stop, because it's not the end, it's where the glory begins. Chosen one, do you not see the very danger you're stepping into is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to reveal you. You are not being buried, you are being uncovered. The shadow that has crept over your path is not just an attack, it is an unveiling. For in the darkest places, light burns brightest, and you, chosen one, carry a light that cannot be quenched. You've wondered why the warfare has intensified, why confusion clings to every choice, why betrayal strikes from those closest, why the ground seems to shift beneath your feet even as you stand firm in faith. The answer is this: heaven is pulling back the veil. The battle is not random. The pressure is not punishment. This storm is holy. God is revealing your true identity, not in moments of ease, but in the crucible of resistance. It's in the fire that gold is purified. It's in the valley that warriors are anointed. And right now, though danger surrounds, you are standing in a sacred furnace, a place where your calling is refined. This is why the enemy came after you so hard. He doesn't attack the unassigned. He targets those with heaven's mark. You are not ordinary. You are sealed with the Spirit. And in these shadows, where others lose themselves, you are being found. Isaiah 43:1 declares, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. Not you will be, but you already are." Even here, even now, even in the fog of fear, and the silence of unanswered prayers, you belong to Him. This is not where you are forgotten. This is where you are known. Look closely, chosen one. The shadows have names: distraction, deception, discouragement. They have been sent not just to trap you, but to teach you. And in every snare you resist, your discernment grows sharper. In every silence you endure, your trust deepens. In every delay, your roots stretch further into the soil of divine strength. You are not being lost, you are being located. Heaven is showing you who you are through what you're walking through. You are the one who survives what should have crushed them. You are the one who still prays when nothing changes. You are the one who stands when everything screams, "Sit down." This is not weakness, this is warrior birth. Revelation does not come on mountaintops. It comes in caves, in prisons, in storms. Think of Elijah under the broom tree, Jonah in the belly of the fish, Daniel in the lion's den. Their trials didn't erase their identity. They revealed it. So let this shadowed season speak. Let the silence strip you of what was never yours. Let the isolation become the womb of intimacy with God. Because what He's revealing now is not for applause. It's for assignment. Your destiny is being shown to you in symbols, in dreams, in the soft echo of your spirit. Do not fear the shadows. They are simply the backdrop to your unveiling. And when the dust settles, when the fog lifts, when the peril clears, the world will not see someone who merely survived. They will see someone who was transformed. Chosen one, your light is not coming. It was there all along. Now, even the shadows must testify to it. Now, chosen one, rise. You've stopped, you've listened, you've faced the shadows, and now heaven commands something new. Stand up in power. This is not where your story ends, it's where it ignites. You are not just stepping away from danger, you are stepping into divine dominion. You have been still long enough. Now is the time to move, but not with your own strength, with heaven's fire in your bones. The world says power comes through position, but the kingdom says it comes through obedience. The moment you chose to stop, you dethroned the enemy's plan. And now, as you rise, the earth will shake beneath your feet, not because of who you are, but because of who walks with you. You are not rising alone. Angels have been assigned to your next step. Provision is already being dispatched. Opportunities, once locked by disobedience, are opening under the weight of your surrender. You didn't lose time by pausing. You aligned time to heaven's clock. This is the part of your story where you rise not with noise, but with authority. Not with striving, but with strength. Not with anxiety, but with assurance. You were never meant to walk alone. In these final days, isolation is one of the greatest deceptions. The enemy wants you cut off, but God is calling you into community, into divine alliances, into circles where prayer is louder than gossip, where accountability is sacred, where your oil is protected, not drained. You are a pillar in the crumbling city, a lighthouse for the wandering, a vessel of overflow in a famine-ridden world. And the Lord is giving you practical instruction, not just to escape danger, but to build sanctuary. Pray daily, not as ritual, but as refuge. Repent often, not from fear, but from hunger to stay close to the throne. Give generously, not just money, but time, compassion, encouragement. Forgive quickly, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. This is the work of the empowered. The world is watching for signs of life, and your obedience is the miracle they're waiting to witness. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. He stopped, he prayed, he stood firm, and God turned a tomb into a testimony. Or Esther, who was positioned for danger, but rose to power because she aligned with divine timing. She didn't run, she rose. And so must you. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" That new thing is already blooming in your life. Not next year, not next month. Now. And yes, the threat was real. The danger was closing in. But the command to stop was not the end. It was the turning point. You obeyed. Now, God accelerates. What took others decades, He will accomplish through you in divine moments. Because you didn't just stop, you surrendered. And now He is breathing fresh wind into your lungs. Your wealth, your influence, your breakthrough. They're not just for you. They are tools to build the kingdom, to restore families, to light fires in the weary. You are a walking answer to someone else's prayer, and so, chosen one, rise with joy, rise with generosity, rise with clarity. The peril tried to break you, but instead it birthed a warrior. Let your life declare it boldly. I stopped, I listened, and now I rise. If this message resonates deep in your bones, now is your moment. Press like to declare your rise. Subscribe to stay in divine alignment, and comment $9.99 below, not as a number, but as a banner of victory. Proof that you are no longer standing on the edge of danger, but on the edge of destiny. Chosen one, your rise is heaven's response. Let the earth feel it. Chosen one, you've reached the end of this message, but heaven says, this is just the beginning. You now stand at a divine crossroads, a place where many turn back, but the anointed choose to obey. The voice you've heard throughout this message isn't merely inspiration, it is instruction. It is the Spirit of God crying out to His elect. Stop. Stop moving without me. Stop reaching for what I never assigned. Stop ignoring the still, small voice that's been pleading for your attention. You have been warned, not out of wrath, but out of mercy. You've been pursued, not because you were far, but because heaven sees what's ahead. And God, in His infinite wisdom, knows that one more step in the wrong direction could cost you everything He placed inside you. This command to stop is not a punishment. It's a holy invitation, a sacred pivot, a divine reset. All around you, the world is racing toward ambition, applause, chaos, collapse. But you are not of the world. You are the light within it. And when God tells His light to stop, it's not so it can be extinguished. It's so it can burn brighter, stronger, clearer for what's next. He's not asking for your performance. He's not demanding perfection. He's simply requiring obedience, because obedience unlocks protection. Obedience sustains prosperity. Obedience guards your destiny. You've seen now that the path you were on was not fully His. You've felt the unease. You've noticed the red flags. You've sensed the drift. And still, He waited. He sent signs. He allowed delays. He tugged gently at your heart. And now, He sends this word as a final call. Stop before you step into ruin. Return before you wander too far. Be still before the storm breaks loose. Psalm 32:8 whispers again, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. But you must yield. You must give Him your pace, your plans, your preferences. Because what He has for you is greater than what you're chasing. You're not being asked to give up. You're being invited to come up, to rise into clarity, to walk in the exact steps ordained for you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Chosen one, you were not saved for survival. You were born for impact. You were anointed for overflow. You are rising into a time where obedience is your strongest weapon and surrender is your greatest strategy. So what do you do now? You stop, you pray, you listen, you walk differently. This is your moment to declare your allegiance, not to the chaos of this world, but to the kingdom that cannot be shaken. Let your action be a shout in the spirit. Press like to declare you've heard the call. Subscribe to align your life with the army of the chosen. Comment 999 below as a sacred seal, a symbol that says, I heard, I stopped, I will follow. And let us close with one final word from Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and eat with him, and he with me. He's been knocking this whole time. Not to condemn, but to commune. Not to shake you in fear, but to seat you in purpose. Chosen one, God is not through with you. In fact, He's just beginning. But you must stop, and in that sacred stillness, you will find your path, your power, and His presence. Like never before, this was your warning. This is your moment, and this is your rise.